Alrighty, here we are, Hunter's Lodge 12. Hello everybody, this is Illusion Weaver.
Hey guys, it's Cubieverse. Good morning.
Good morning, and we are ready to spill some beans on the update. Okay, um, sound is good. All right, ready to go. Okay, excellent. Let's do it. What are we going to be talking about today? Let's take a look. Okay, we will be talking about the new batch of pre-seed attacks. We'll obviously be talking about the Halloween event, which literally starts tomorrow. We will also be talking about leveling up UVs, blue UVs, trade checks, vending machines, CTs, a little bit about the adventure road, and then Q&A. So let's dive right into it, I would say. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the new batch of pre-seed attacks. So we added another 100,000 tags from OpenStreetMaps. And in this batch, a whole bunch of tags that have the tag postal services are included, and which are tags that you'll find on post offices, post boxes, UPS stores, FedEx stores, etc. So if you go into build mode and look around for tags, you should see a bunch of new ones pop up. Okay, now the big one, the first event in the Cubieverse. We have been in this event drought for so long, but now there is finally an end to this drought, and we're going to have not just any event, we're literally going to have my absolute personal favorite event, which is Halloween. So are you guys ready? Because the Halloween event starts tomorrow. Here are the official start dates. So tomorrow reset time is when it starts, and it runs for 7 days. Okay, so we have a lot of new players signing up, so they don't know what the Halloween event is about. So I'm going to give a little bit of an intro here. Halloween event. How does it work? There will be a quest chain specific to the event, and you just need to unlock block by block to try to get to the end, try to get to the big rewards, right? Um, if you're a very casual player, don't set your goal to finish the entire event and go to the end. It's way too hard for a casual player. But if you're a very casual player, your goal should be to get at least one or maybe multiple common Halloween cubies, depending on if you haven't got any of the commons from last year yet. So try to have that as your goal. If you're like a dedicated player and not super hardcore, try to get to the rares. If you want to go balls to the wall, go for the epic. Right? So that's the quest chain. Just follow block by block, and then you have the cauldrons. The big mechanic for Halloween are the cauldrons. How does that work? Very simple. You need to spawn a cauldron, then you need to go and look for it. You need to follow the sonar pulse to find it. Once you find it, you need to stir it up, and then you will earn Halloween rewards. Let's take a closer look. How do I spawn cauldrons? The common one is super easy to spawn. The only thing you need to be doing to spawn a common cauldron is walk and solve vaults at the same time. As long as you're walking and you're solving vaults, every time you solve a vault, you have a medium chance to spawn a common cauldron. Once you spawn a common cauldron, a yellow sonar ring will guide you to the actual location. If you find it, stir it, and you'll get your rewards. And the cauldron stays there for 4 hours. Okay. How do I spawn rare cauldrons? Before you can spawn rare cauldrons, you need to reach a certain portion in the quest chain that gives you the ability to start spawning rare cauldrons. Okay. Once you do that, it's the same like a common. Just start walking, solve vaults, and you have a low chance on every vault that you solve to spawn a rare cauldron. And if you do spawn one, they will last for 6 hours. Okay. And the epic one, the same thing, just deeper in the quest chain, you'll find the ability to unlock the spawning epics. If you do spawn one, they will last for 8 hours. Oh yeah, one more thing here is if you do spawn a cauldron, please let all the other local hunters know about it, because everybody can hit every cauldron. So you might spawn one yourself, but you could also bump into cauldrons other people spawned, and you can use those as well. So letting each other know where the cauldrons are appearing is the key to success for this event. Okay. Okay, so what's going to be in these cauldrons? If you find a common cauldron and every time you stir one, you have a chance to get the new common Halloween cubie, which is the green ooze cubie. And here is the formula. In order to craft the green ooze cubie, you need 500 jars of ooze and 1000 resin. Not that bad, it is a common cubie after all, right? Um, yeah, but Illusion Weaver, where the hell do I find this jar of ooze? Never seen that before. Well, the jar of ooze is a common resource, and that also drops from common cauldrons. Let's take a look at what you get from the rare cauldron. The rare cauldron, man, I'm loving this one, man. This must be one of my all-time favorite cubies. The new rare Halloween cubie is the Scarecrow cubie. What do you need to craft this guy? You need 1,000 pumpkin seeds, which is a common resource. You need 500 bundles of straw, which is a new rare resource, and 5,000 resin. Again, the common resources it will drop from common cauldrons, and the bundle of straw will drop from rare cauldrons. Okay, so now the epic one. What can you get from the epic one? The new epic Halloween cubie is the werewolf cubie. What do you need to craft this bad boy? You will need 2,000 werewolf fur, 1,000 silver bullets, and 1 moonstone. The werewolf fur is a common resource, drops from any common cauldron. Silver bullets is a rare resource, drops from any rare cauldron. And the moonstone is a unique epic resource that only drops from epic cauldrons. But you only need one, and the drop rate is 100%. So if you see an epic cauldron, you will get a moonstone. You probably won't get the blueprint though, because the blueprint is super rare in the epic cauldron. Super hard to get. As usual. Okay, let's continue. One more thing. We have another sacrifice ritual. The witch is back with a vengeance. She wants you to sacrifice a whole new set of cubies in the cauldron. I don't know what it is, only she knows, and it's up to the community to figure it out. So I'm not going to say anything other than that. So let's just continue. Oh, and one more thing. Remember when we started, where we gave you the ability to claim green user vaults? We said that one of the perks of owning a green user vault is that green user vaults in the future would randomly spawn quests for people to make the hunting more interesting and to sometimes come across something unexpected, right? So that's the goal of this random green user vault quest. Well, I have some good news for you guys. We have the first of these green user vaults quests ready. It's themed for Halloween and it will get activated during Halloween. What does it look like? It looks like this. It's the witch quest. So on every green user vault during the 7 days of Halloween, there is a low chance that you will suddenly see a witch standing there. So just find a witch. If you see a witch, finish the quest. I'm not going to say you what the quest is. It's a surprise. Just go and find a witch, finish the quest. But if you do finish the quest, you will be rewarded. If you're a new player, you should absolutely try to look for a witch because the witch will give you the ability to get the blueprints from previous years' common and rare Halloween cubies. So if you have none of these cubies here on the screen, and you never had them in your inventory, go to the witch, finish the quest, and you will either get the blueprint from the pumpkin or the zombie or the mummy or the monster. If you already have all of these, it's still worthwhile hitting the witch quest because if you do, you will get a box of resources from any of the Halloween cubies. So any Halloween cubies, including Black Cat and etc., whatever their resources are, that can drop from the witch's quest. Okay, so what else? Ah, Bill, can you talk about this one?
Yeah, so we've been working on a lot of marketing. So I think we've talked about the extra integration to get onto national TV. So this is an example of what we're doing through social media sites right now. So we're going to be advertising the Cubieverse Halloween event, and then this style of advertising is going to go through the rest of the year. We're also doing some stuff with some influencers. So there'll be a lot of, hopefully, you'll start seeing a lot more about the Cubieverse out there in the wild.
Yes, I think a lot of people will see a lot more stuff about Cubieverse popping up. So that is an exciting time. You better all be ready for welcoming a whole bunch of new players to the Cubieverse because it's going to start next week. All right, let's talk about some new functionality. Okay, this is the functionality that will go live tomorrow after server resets. You will be able to level up your user vaults. That means you will be able to level up your white user vaults all the way to level 10. How do you do that? Just go to build mode, tap on the tag that you built a user vault on, and hit the manage structure button. What do you need in order to level up your user vault? You will need a lot of chromatic paint and resin. Okay. I already explained in 300 lodges why you would do this, but I'm just going to recap here. The higher you level up your user votes, the higher the power level. The higher the power level, the more cubic coins it can reward. But there is a secondary reason too. One additional reason to level up your UVs. Leveling up your UVs will unlock additional blueprints in the shop for each player. For example, you won't be able to buy a vending machine blueprint from a shop until you have at least one white user vault to level 10. So because the vending machine needs a white user vault level 10. So you can only buy it once you unlock that, once you reach that achievement, but then you unlock it. You only need to do it once. So once you have it unlocked, it's unlocked for all other blueprints that require the same achievement. I think that makes sense, right? Okay, introducing blue user vaults. Okay, so the next couple of slides are going to be a little bit data heavy. So bear with me because there is a lot of info in here. But we are going to start dropping blue user vaults in the shop after the Halloween event is finished. Okay, so these are functional structures. You will unlock the ability to buy them once you have your first white user vault leveled up to 10. The supply per country is unlimited. It has any tag requirement as long as you build a white UV level 10 on it. The base common build time, which means this is how long it takes if you put a common QB as a project leader in there, like a common level 1 Willy, for example. If you put that as the project leader, then it will take 7 days to build a blue user vault. And once it's built, you need to staff it with a QB. But again, just like white user vaults, blue user vaults are very open to any QBs. And so any QB is okay to staff in it. And of course, owner gets 5% kickback. Okay, what does it cost? The base cost for a blue user vault is 500 crystal keys. So you just need to calculate the country modifier. For example, the USA country modifier is 2. So the cost for a blue user vault blueprint in USA will be 1,000 crystal keys. And then what does it require to build? A blue user vault will take 6,000 blue, 6,000 green, 6,000 yellow, and 50,000 resin. Oh yeah, the limit per player is 5, just like white user vaults, and you need 2 stamps to activate it. All right, let's talk about trade checks. Trade checks will also be in the shop after Halloween event is finished. This is a functional structure as well. Also unlocks white UV level 10. Here, the supply per country is going to be 1,000 to get started. Again, any tag, just a white UV level 10. Same base common build time of 7 days. Any QE to staff it and 5% kickback. Base cost is the same, 500 crystal keys. However, for these, there is a limit of 3 per player. Each player can build 3 trade checks. And it needs 2 stamps to activate. Okay, I getting pinged here that a lot of people are having a buffer issue, but I don't know why because everything looks fine on my end. So I'll just continue and hope that the recording afterwards is available for everybody to watch. Sorry for that. I have no idea why people are having buffering issues. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, sorry, trade checks. What does a trade check do, right? Each trade check every 72 hours has a big resource crate for you to pick up. They are on individual timer per player per trade check. It will cost a blue key to interact. Then you have to answer blue tier trivia. If you get it correct, you get 100% a resource crate. and a low chance of a bonus box. Now, what's inside the resource crate? The resource crate is going to have 250 basic paint of a random color, equal chance. And that means during happy hour, this get doubled. So during happy hour, trade checks will drop 500 paint from any color. Then if you get the bonus box, what's going to be in the bonus box? The bonus box will have inside resources from the crafting formula from the QB that the owner of the trade shack staffed inside it. So if I build a trade shack and let's say I'm looking at my wall here, let's say I put a water elemental in there, then there is a chance if I get the bonus box that water crystals will be rewarded to me. Okay, so those are trade checks. Let's talk about vending machines. Vending machines will be in the shop after the Halloween event. It's also functional structure. This one also unlocks when you reach UV level 10, which means that both blue vaults, trade checks, and vending machines, all three of them will unlock at the same time when you have one of your white UVs to level 10. Okay, these one also have a supply per country of 1,000, but it requires a specific tag. You can only build these on the postal services tag. And of course, on top of that tag, you first need to have a white UV level 10. The base common build time for the new one is 10 days. And once it's built, you need a QB that has class transporter to staff it. There are plenty of those. The pilots are one, for example. Okay, base cost is 500 crystal keys. You can only build one per player, and it requires 2 stamps. What do they do? Vending machine has 2 functions. Function 1 is we will occasionally create loot codes and drop them into the community, maybe on Discord, maybe on social media. We will also collaborate with our best content creators and give them key codes to give away on their live streams and their podcasts, etc. So if you're a player and you got your hands on a key code, you need to get your butt to a vending machine, type in the code before it's exhausted, and then you will instantly get a specific reward for that code. So that's function 1. And then function 2 is you can also go to a vending machine to convert QB coins into crystal keys. The amount of what you can convert depends on your country modifier. And also keep in mind, this is one of the export mechanisms. So if you do this, it will activate the weekly export timer. All right, and then the last new structure we are adding to the shop this month is the crypto exchange terminals. These will be in the shop mid-November. This is the first premium structure in the Cubieverse. It unlocks when your first blue user vault hits level 10. Then you unlock the ability to purchase these from the store. They only have 100 per country to start with, and they are very specific. They require either an ATM tag or a bank tag, and on top of that, you have to have built a blue user vault level 10. The base common build time is 20 days. Once it's built, you need to staff it with a QB that is class digital, which are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Suku, Veriblock QBs. The base cost for CET blueprint is 5,000 crystal keys, 1 per player. It needs 3 stamps, and the build chain requires a bunch of paint. Okay, so what do they do? First of all, this particular blueprint is not available on iOS and is not available in countries outside of UK and El Salvador for now. We are working on with other export partners to get Canada, Philippines, Malaysia also CET, so that is on the roadmap. If you see one of these, you can go to them and you can convert cubic coins to Bitcoin. The exact amount depends on your country modifier, and of course, this is one of our export mechanisms, so once you do this, it will activate the export cooldown. Okay, so just to recap here, these are all the new structures that are going to be in the game starting right after Halloween is finished. The blue UVs, trade checks, vending machines, crypto exchange terminal. So of course, it's going to take a couple of weeks for everybody to build it, but I think by the end of the year, the Cubieverse map will look very different to a lot of people. And I can't wait to see what you guys are going to be building out, like the kind of hotspots people will be building with these building blocks we give them. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, let's talk about this. First of all, um, the daily quests are in a really poor shape right now. We know, and we're working on it. So we need to, yeah, there is a lot of daily quests that don't make any sense anymore. We already made a couple of changes, but there's still a lot more work to be done. So there will be some revamping on the daily quests to make it a little easier and less frustrating for players, especially for new players. But as you all know, since the start of the adventure road, at the end of each adventure road, there was a Zodiac QB, and the last of the Zodiac family is currently at the end of the adventure road of October, right? So players who collected all 12 of the Zodiacs, they will get three things, but today in this Hunter Lodge, I can only talk about two of them. The last part is something we will talk about in the future. But players who collected all 12 Zodiacs will receive a Zodiac display case and a Zodiac calendar NFT artwork, and then something else in the future. Let's take a look at the Zodiac display case. So what we wanted to do here, we wanted to create a place where you can easily and in a very cool way showcase that your full collection, your complete collection of Zodiacs, right? So this looks like this. This is the Zodiac display case. And then our artists also created a really beautiful piece of art to commemorate collecting all 12 Zodiacs. And this is what that piece of art looks like. This is going to be, you'll be able to download this in high resolution. So I'm very curious to see what the merchandising partners will do with this. Imagine if you turn this into like a cool beach blanket or something. That would be totally badass, right? Oh, you still have this thing on the bottom. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay. So that's all about the zodiacs. So of course we will need to have another set of cubies that are going to be at the end of each adventure road. So what is that going to be? What are we going to see at the end of each adventure road for the next 12 months? Well, welcome to the year of the pirates. That's what we're going to do. We are going to create an entire pirate ship's crew, from quartermaster to powder monkey to the chef, the pirate chef, to the captain. All of the whole crew will be able to get assembled, and each adventure road at the end you will find one of the pirate crew. Okay, starting in November. So which is the first pirate QB you will see? The first pirate QB you will see at the end of Adventure Road November is the first made pirate QB. Let's take a look. This is the first made pirate QB. The first of the pirates. All right. She looks pretty badass in my opinion. Okay. Okay, also coming very soon is the UK event. I think 16 November, I think, is the start for this. We had to delay it a little bit, but for good reasons, because we have revamped this a little bit, and it will be a little refreshed, and it has a little extra. You'll see. I'm not going to say too much, but we're working on it. And we reach the end of this Hunter's Lodge, but that means we can also announce the next one. Hunter's Lodge 13 is going to be Sunday, December 3rd, 11 a.m. Okay, and then just one little announcement here. So we have a lot of content coming in the game. In order to do this, we need to have a 1 hour, maybe 2 hour server downtime. This will happen tomorrow early in the morning, 7 a.m. PDT. Okay, so that's it. Time for Q&A. Submit your questions here in the using this QR code. Will give us like 10 minutes to collect questions, and we will see you after the break. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. And we are back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, Leppy.
Hello. So let's get right to it and start the Q&A. We have a question from Psycho Jellybean here. Are CETs ever coming to the US in the future, or is it off the roadmap for now?
It's off the roadmap for now. We'll just keep seeing how regulation evolves in the United States, but for now, no CTs.
That's unfortunate, but how it has to be. We have a question from AdU9. Can you tell us how much chromatic paint we will need for each structure level?
I mean, you'll all find out tomorrow after reset. So yeah, you'll see tomorrow.
Okay. And we have a question from Harris. Are Halloween resources only available from the cauldrons?
Yes, that's correct.
And our next question is from Pumpkinhead. I love playing the game. I've got so much exercise playing this game, but the fun stuff is locked behind paywalls. Will you be making more fun content for free to play players?
I think this is a misconception because, for example, the biggest content we are delivering here is the Halloween event, which is entirely free for anybody. Also, it's pay to build, not pay to play, meaning not everybody has to build stuff. So, if anybody else is building in your area, you will be able to enjoy white user vaults, blue user vaults, vending machines, trade checks, all of these things for free. Everybody can use anybody's structure. So it's not, yeah, it's just a misconception, I think.
Okay, our next question is from Balambalamb. Do we need to walk a certain distance before hitting a vault in order for a cauldron to spawn, similar to last year?
Yes, it takes a little while for the system to like be sure that you're walking and not driving very slowly.
Our next question is from RX Wings. Do you need to be in hunter mode for the witch quest?
No, doesn't matter. Hunter versus chill has no effect on anything in Halloween.
Our next question is from Ultimate Acid. Will a higher tier or level QB be needed to use the higher tier cauldrons, such as a higher rarity for a rare cauldron?
Yes, the same like last year. The common cauldron is accessible to any QB. In order to interact with a rare cauldron, you need to have any of the Halloween QBs equipped. Any. And in order to interact with the epic cauldron, you need to have any of the rare or epic Halloween QBs equipped. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Thank you. And we have a question from Rain. Regarding the witch quest, do I look for the witch on the map or inside the vault? And is it before or after I solve the vault?
No, she will replace the vault. So instead of a vault, you will see the witch there. Same location.
I guess a related question is there an announcement that there's a witch in the area?
No, no,
Okay,
no
thank you.
announcement. You'll just have to look for witches.
Okay, and our next question is from Jeff. What are the required resources to level up a white user vault? Will there be other means of getting chromatic paint aside from the Adventure Road rewards?
Well, chromatic paint is Adventure Road, green vaults, yellow vaults, red vaults, and auction house. Those are your sources for um, chromatic paint. And leveling up your white user vault requires chromatic paint and resin.
Our next question is from Shiver Me Tibbers. Do trade checks only give the common resources if a staffed QB has multiple? The example shown was a water elemental. Would that potentially drop a water heart or just water crystals?
Okay, the elementals are an exception to the trade checks. It's the only recipe that will not drop the epic, not cannot drop the epic. So we will not dropping the water elemental heart. That will be for a future event.
Our next question is from Hash Browns. Do you have to have purchased and completed all 12 adventure roads to get the Zodiac rewards, or will players who simply bought the Zodiac QBs on the auction house be eligible for said rewards?
As soon as you, it doesn't matter where you get them from. As soon as you have all 12 in your inventory, you will get the two rewards that we talked about during this Hunter's Lodge. So it's okay if you only have five from the Adventure Road and then you manage to trade five on the auction house. My math is off, but anyway, as soon as you have all 12 in your inventory, you will get the display case and the calendar NFT.
Okay, and then our next question is from Makiki Tiki. So to clarify, the ability to spawn epic cauldrons is blocked by a quest chain. What color key is required to unlock that? Then the low chance to spawn and a low drop rate is after you unlock the cauldron.
Okay, I have a message for my Kiki Tiki. Do not panic. Wait tomorrow and take a look at the quest chain. You will be very surprised.
Okay, our next question is from Trugoy. Can you share the chromatic paint requirements for leveling user vaults?
You'll see tomorrow. My damn people.
Very
It's in the
common
game
question.
tomorrow.
We have a question from Lumen Cyan. How do we see the leveling progress of the white user vault?
Um, it's like the HQ. So you will have an upgrade button in your manage structure page, and that button takes you to a quest chain to get to the next level of whatever you are at the moment. So you go from 1 to 2 all the way to 10.
Okay. We have a question from L. Do you need to walk and then open vaults to get cauldrons to spawn, or will just walking trigger them to spawn?
No, no. You need to walk and hunt. You need to solve vaults for them to spawn.
We have a question in the GUV quest. Can past year's epic blueprints drop as well, or is it
No,
only
no,
the
no, 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 no.
commons and rares?
Only the common rares, no epics.
Yeah.
Thank you. From Dave Itchy, can someone from the US go to a different country to cash out Bitcoin?
No, that does not work.
So, I mean, technically it could work, but it is unlikely to work. So, to make that happen, you have to have an account on a participating exchange that works in that country, and very likely that exchange is not going to take U.S. customers.
Yeah, you're gonna need to do KYC. So unless you're actually, let's say you're a UK person that's living in America and then you travel back to the UK and you have UK passports, in theory you could get it done, but even then I think there's something in the game that's gonna block this.
Okay, thank you. And from Green Giant, when can we select something other than Bitcoin to export to BitEU?
Yeah, well, we first want to have more exchanges connected and just do the Bitcoin for all of them. But once that's all up and running and it's all running smoothly, then it's absolutely in the roadmap to offer multiple export options in the CETs and not just Bitcoin. It also depends on the partners, so the partner will have to have a say in that as well.
Thank you. And from Jybone, do you have to wait for a cauldron to expire before you can spawn a higher tier one? For example, if you spawn a common, do you have to wait 4 hours before you can spawn a rare or an epic?
No, not anymore. That's an improvement from last year. Now you can spawn a rare right after you spawn a common. One caveat though, if in this scenario, let's say I spawn a common, I have the sonar to my common, and then on my way finding the common, I spawn a rare. The higher tier cauldron will override the lower tier sonar. So your common color will still be there, and you will still have an idea of the general direction, but the sonar will now be the rare one to guide you to the higher tier cauldron. Yeah.
Thank you. And from Atrocities, how does the chill mode impact the Halloween resources received versus hunter mode? What if any Halloween resources will drop from vaults, or do they only come from cauldrons?
Halloween resources drop only from cauldrons and the witch's quest, and chill versus hunter mode has no effect on anything in Halloween.
Thank you. And from FreeAO, what are the radius limitations on each of the new buildings, please? For example, if I have 3 trade shacks, how far do I need to walk between them?
I'll drop this. This is like, I mean, I need to go look in the game design documents. I'll drop it in Discord after this.
Uh,
Actually, it hasn't. I think it's already floating around on Discord somewhere. A table with these radiuses. I think so.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We may want to drop it again.
Okay.
Uh, Next question is, can I spawn more than one cauldron at a time if I have it unlocked in the quest chain? Which I think we already just answered. Yes, you
Yes,
can
but
spawn multiple.
not multiple of the same rarity. You cannot spawn two rares at the same time. But yeah, in theory, you could go out for one hunt and in half an hour spawn a common, a rare, and an epic cauldron. That is possible in theory. it might happen to one of you, and that guy should go and buy a lottery ticket then. But I, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be an incredible feat.
I'm going to skip the next question because it was just answered. And so we have one from Zero, the goodest boy. What is the distance at which you can interact with the new structures? Closer to that of a vault or closer to that of a print shop?
Vault. Yeah.
Thank you. And from Alan Kill, what are the requirements to leveling up a vault? Do I just need the resources or is there more?
No, for the first 10 levels, 1 to 10, you only need chromatic paint and resin.
Thank you. From Psycho Jelly Bean, during the Halloween event, which is the best to acquire the resources, Hunter or Chill? Or does it even make a difference? We answered this already. It does not make a difference. So we'll move on to Qbit, who has asked, can builders rotate and resize their structures?
Rotate, yes. Resize, not yet. But now, from Monday after server reset, you should be able to go to any of your structures you have built, go into Manage Structures. There will be a button Rotate. You can use that, and that's actually a really cool feature. And I would urge everybody to do this because you can align your structures to be parallel to the road curb and everything, so it will all look way better.
Thank you. Last question we have here from Rail. The Black Cat currently uses Jingle Bells for its recipe. Will the
Hmm.
GUV quest box possibly include Jingle Bells?
Yes.
And that was our last question. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks everybody. Halloween is upon us. I hope you all have a good time chasing cauldrons, dealing with the witch. Let's see who finds out what the secret sacrifice recipe is. And yeah, next week is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Werewolf.
Bye.